budding teachers, we can think of new ones all the time, and we'll probably experience ones we haven't even thought of. So it's a good idea for us to help our students to be creative thinkers. So that's our definition of creativity. Do we have any questions on creativity as defined by the experts? Our next topic is the concept of flow. So I have another handout which gives you some information on flow. Flow might be something that you're not familiar with. Hopefully, we've all heard of it. But for folks that haven't heard of the concept of flow, it is a little bit abstract.
Is awesome.
So I'm going to read the first paragraph to you, and I'd like you to just listen. You don't need to read or write anything down. Just listen, because it involves you kind of being in the thought process. Imagine for a moment that you're running a race. Your attention is focused on the movements of your body, the power of your muscles, the force of your lungs, and the feel of the street beneath your feet. You are living in the moment, utterly absorbed in the present activity. Time seems to fall away. You are tired, but you barely notice. So that's one description of flow. Emily, Alyssa, can I have you read the one in red?
Yes. Being completely involved in an activity for its own sake. The ego falls away. Time flies. Every action, movement, and thought follows inevitably from the previous one, like playing jazz. Your whole being is involved, and you're using your skills to the utmost.
Mihai, Chickson, Mihai.
Thank you, Dixie.
Say it again, because I used to know how to pronounce it.
Mihai, Chickson, Mihai? That is awesome.
So, Mr. Chickson Mihai, Dr. Chickson Mihai, sorry, is a proponent of positive psychology, which is another component of psychology that we can do some research on, and you can look up. He has defined flow and written a great book about it. The book isn't on here.
Flow, the optimal experience.
Flow, the optimal experience. There is quite a bit of information on the web. And once the three of us collaborators were thinking about it, we came up with a lot of examples of flow. Flow experiences can occur in different ways for different people. Some people might experience flow while engaging in a sport, or some creative activity like painting or making music or dancing, which is a sport and an art. So another place that people can experience flow is in everyday life. When we're teaching, sometimes we experience flow when things are going just right and our point is coming across and our students are learning. Students can experience flow as they're learning, when they're mastering a task, when they're working hard and things are going just their way. When they become totally engrossed in their activity, they're being challenged just at the right amount where they feel good about the challenge and they're about to meet it. That is a good example of the state of flow. Okay. So one of the other things about flow is that it has intrinsic benefit. The person experiencing flow feels so good about having this experience that they want to continue doing it. That's why flow is an optimal concept for athletes, great thinkers, inventors, teachers, and learners to know about and to try to experience, and for us to try to create that and see that in our students would be a great thing. So the intrinsic value of flow is very powerful. We're going to see it here in a moment. It can improve the performance for teaching, learning, athletics, the arts, and pretty much any endeavor. It also leads to further learning and skill development because of that intrinsic benefit. Do we have comments or questions about the state of flow?
Yeah, I'm actually just kind of making a connection with like time seems to fall away, time flies, makes activities more enjoyable, intrinsic value. Like in my head, it just keeps popping up. Time flies when you're having fun. It's like it's just keeps coming up in my mind.
That's a great statement. And flow has probably existed, of course, forever.
Yeah.
But it's now it's defined and it's researched and you know, hopefully, if we know more about it, we can kind of harness it and use it to bring about great thinking. Are there any other questions or comments? That was a really good one. Thank you. I have a video for us all to watch. I'd like to watch it and then just spend a moment talking about it after.
Sure.
And then we'll go right into our next segment. I don't want to go over. Is it up there?
Mm-hmm.
Can we turn off some light?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can just leave it off. I don't know if I can get it on here.
She's almost superhuman. Her whole mentality towards just life in general is really special, and the way she is able to turn such a crazy accident into such positive energies and such a positive outlook on life is it's an amazing thing. God, it's inspiring to just humans all over the place. I can't wait to hang out with her more in the future. Yeah, Jess is cool. She charges lefts, and she's a really fiery competitor, and she's a great rival.
So, in that, we can see, so this the gal in the video, her name is Bethany Hamilton, and she is a professional surfer for a long time, for that kind of a sport. And she had an accident. She was bitten by a shark. Shark bit her arm off. The intrinsic power of flow is so strong that she continues to surf professionally and be a great competitor. And can you imagine facing sharks, other people in the water, danger, and the scrutiny of public life, and she just goes right out there and does it because the feeling you get from surfing